bongo.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ!
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristin.
This is I'm watching Desperate Housewives, Season 2, Episode 1.
Next.
So not a ton, not like a plotty episode, wrapping up some of the previous season's plot lines, and then launching into some of these season's plot lines. Other than that, yeah. Do you want to start with Bree, or do you want to start with Gabby?
Let's start with Gabby. I feel like Gabby has like a pretty
cut and dry
story. We open basically her getting out of the shower and then following a trail of rose petals, which like is, in my opinion, in the first place, absolutely hilarious. She didn't notice him doing that while she was in the shower. How long were you in there, girl?
She's not always tuned in to.
She's definitely not always
her surroundings.
So there's rose petals, and John is on the bed drinking mimosas. Oh God.
John, how did you get in here?
I know where you keep the key.
Where did you get all this
I'm
stuff?
pregnant, you jackass.
I made yours with seltzer.
The little stunt you pulled yesterday in the courtroom could
just
get
watering
Carlos
down orange
for
juice.
8 years.
Yeah, I thought you might be a little mad about that. Once you calm down, you'll see that it's just the two of us. It's gonna be awesome.
You brought luggage?
He's gone. We don't have to stick around anymore.
It's huge.
It's what's best for the three of us.
The three of us? How exactly does that benefit Carlos?
The baby.
I'm talking about my baby.
Why you don't sleep with children, Gabby?
You don't know it's your baby? I don't even know it's your baby. And I don't want to know because it doesn't matter.
You don't love me?
Well, up until the point that you told my husband we were having an affair, I was quite fond of you. Since then, not a fan.
Also, like, I don't think she ever said she loved him. He made hers with seltzer, which sounds insane.
I was like, that's just watered down orange
Just like
juice.
sparkly orange, like an Orangina kind of whatever. But also, he's not 21, so like, where'd he get the champagne in the first place? Like, crazy nonsense. And he's just like, well, thank God Carlos is in prison. Now we can be together. And she's like, I kind of liked you before, but like, this is crazy. So
also,
no.
I like that in his version, he just brings his duffel bag and moves into Carlos's house.
That duffel bag could have fit him inside. She was like, you brought luggage? And in my head, I was like, Gabby, that's just a duffel bag. And then I looked at it, when she was carrying it out, and I was like, no, that's humongous. Like the big, like a, I don't know, like a ski bag. It was huge.
It's like a hockey bag.
Yeah.
And so she kicks him out.
Yep. Yeah. And that's basically where we leave her and John. And then she like goes to see Carlos in prison. He wants a paternity test. I was very stuck on the fact that it's far too early in her pregnancy to like do a real one, but she doesn't seem to care. She's just going to like, she was like, I got Photoshop for Christmas to the alternative hospital receptionist.
Hi, I need a paternity test.
You're way too early for a paternity test.
Well, we'll just schedule you for an exam.
Oh, no, I don't need to take a test.
Okay.
Just trying to reassure my husband of what I know is true in my heart. So if you could just slip me someone else's test results, I can make my own. I got Photoshop for Christmas. You look like a fun-loving girl. I am sure you've been in a couple hairy situations of your own.
Just because I choose to express myself doesn't mean that I condone adultery. Sorry.
So she stole results from another woman, which
Who is going through it?
Paternity test results. I'm in the same situation.
I just found out the clinic screwed up and gave me an egg that belonged to some lesbian.
who cares?
It was supposed to be implanted in her
Oh,
liver.
okay.
My husband's freaking out because he thinks that our baby's gonna be gay.
Oh boy, get divorced.
Okay. We're in slightly different situations. Do you want to get a cup of coffee and talk about it?
That'd be nice, thanks.
I would say that plot was outdated, but I'm afraid it's really not.
Shouldn't let a stupid piece of paper ruin our life.
which is crazy.
You were like, oh, girl, divorce him.
Divorce that man in the first place. But also, my question then about Gabby is like, is she just counting on Carlos not knowing anything about it? Because who's to say the results are like anything? Like, what do those results mean in conjunction with your results? You know what I mean?
I wondered that. Does she just think that jargon will?
I guess.
In which case, just print it. Also, who gave her Photoshop?
Yeah, what a weird thing. No, she's probably wanting to edit her own photos.
Okay.
Like, retouch her own photos.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking
from an editor's perspective,
like a technical, like computer's perspective. But then I like went one.
No, fashion modeling. That checks.
So she takes back the paperwork to Carlos, and she's like, "Here you go." And he goes, "It's not enough." And she's like, "Well, there's nothing else to do." And he's like, "The only thing I wanted from you is fidelity." And she's like, "Well, the only thing I wanted was not a baby." And
either way, it's about controlling her body.
100%. And she was like, "So really, like, you did the wrong thing." And he goes, "Well, yours was worse." No, it's not. Messing with someone's medication is worse than having an affair. I'm putting my foot down on that right now. That's where my stamp of approval goes.
He does back down a little bit in that. He's like, we're not good people, are we?
Yeah, which I really appreciate him acknowledging that.
His, like, because we had that scene in season 1 where he, like, really manhandled her. That's, like, hard to take. But that aside, and the marital rape, a handful of these things aside, they're actually really well, like, really evenly matched.
So that's the thing. They are evenly matched, which I appreciate. But yeah, so basically, they're kind of at an impasse for the moment because she's like, I'm sorry and I love you, and aren't you at least excited that we're gonna have a baby?
But he's still talking to her like they're in cahoots,
and they're not.
I think they kind of are.
You think?
Yeah, I think they'll get through this.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously we know they will get through this.
I think the fact that when he was like, we're not good people, I think that was sort of him like surrendering a little bit.
We're not very nice people, are we?
Well, you're not.
No, we're not.
She's not either.
When we got married, I thought we were gonna be so happy.
Me too. Look on the bright side, at least we're still rich.
Thank God for that.
Sure. I'll give you that for sure. But regardless, they still kind of are at an impasse because he's still in jail, and she's like, at least we're still rich. And so I guess I'm glad we wrapped up his accounts being unfrozen because they were like about to lose the house. They were like doing laundry in the hot tub last season.
As I recall, the jail plot just sort of goes away.
Okay.
Like, I think they put him on... Oh, no, he's already been on house arrest.
He was on house arrest in season 1 for a little while.
I don't fully remember.
Because she got the fried chicken and ate it across the street from him because he couldn't leave the yard.
John is just a guest star this season, which I'm glad. I think that's the right...
I think so, too.
The right move.
But yeah, that is basically Gabby's plot. And then Lynette... I guess.
Do you want to go?
What do you want to do?
I was going to say, do you want to go to Susan?
Sure, let's do Susan. We pick up the exact moment we left off with Zach holding her hostage in Mike's house. It's going to take me a minute to get all the names back. So Mike comes home and he sees what's going on, and she decides that bum rushing Zach is a good idea.
While Bongo is still in play, who famously hates Susan above all else.
Not so tough now, are you?
Why does that dog hate Susan so much?
I mean...
Jesus Christ. Apparently that is Bongo's prime directive, is get this crazy bitch out of my house. Is he wrong? No, he's not wrong. And so she gets the gun, and then a scuffle ensues, and she ends up shooting through the window and she shoots Ida
Greenberg's liquor
bottle, who she was looking for a sign from God to stop her drinking, and it worked.
Ida's one of my favorites.
She's the lady with the
wig lady?
Oh dear. Is that what they call me? I mean, I have to do something to hide this.
At the Double Meat Palace, I think. With the head, yeah.
No, she's like, that's always been one of my favorite parts about the show, is like the Greek chorus. Like the like well-rounded world of characters.
It's part of what I really liked about Big Little Lies. Because like a lot of the episodes open with the like police statements being taken. That was really fun because it's so interesting to see how other people see you. Like, yeah.
And Ida, I just really, I can't remember if they keep that she's sober moving forward. But she was like, I guess, desperate to quit drinking. And I'm not entirely sure why, because she seemed to have her shit together.
Okay, here's the thing.
You were like...
She was keeping her full social calendar. She was showing up to everything.
To church in the mornings on Sundays. It's like, you got that.
Church, sewing circle, the DMV. She probably shouldn't have been driving. But
that might not necessarily be an alcohol thing. I don't think I've ever told the story, but my mom always had this sort of like Marge Simpson, like a certain uncle did one grave December morn, where she was always a little bit like, careful what you wish for. Because I think I don't remember if this is like a family friend or just an old wives' tale or something, but she would like retell the story about this like older woman who was a drunk, and her family like made her quit, and she still sucked, but was worse.
Oh, good. Yeah. So the alcohol was really tempering her out. Yeah. Okay.
And she wouldn't start drinking again out of spite.
Well, that's amazing.
And it was always sometimes let people have their thing.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the important part is that Ida wanted to stop.
Yeah, sure. So
it's like nobody was trying to make Ida stop, but she wanted
She
to.
did just have like a
a
full handle
Jack
of whiskey.
Daniels, yeah.
Whiskey, too.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. And so they're doing Zach runs away because Bongo gets Susan on the leg, basically. She falls down, she gets a fat lip. It's a whole Susan special. You're like, I love her.
I do love Susan, but no, it's one of the things about Susan is she's sometimes wrong, but she's rarely wrong. She just goes about it in the worst way.
Sure.
Like, she has every right to be distraught by this notion that this kid who she has well-documented trouble with is now suddenly her boyfriend's child.
Yeah.
And
which I had forgotten from last season.
And as she mentions in the episode, she knows Mike wanted a child. Like, it was part of their whole relationship trouble. But I just feel like I don't know, it's even that she's preemptive about it, but I instead of letting things be what they are, she like hyper manages them.
Yeah, and so that's the thing, because there's this really tearful exchange at the end where, first of all, she lurks outside the house of a recent break-in victim.
And a man with a well-documented trigger finger.
And history of violence. And so they like talk on the porch, and she's like, I meant to tell you congratulations. Like, I know you've always wanted a child, but like, I can't have Zach around Julie. And I'm
which,
like,
again, is
I
like
understand
a fair concern.
But she's like, so we can't move in together. And I'm like, you live across the street. You are also full-grown adults. You could be together and get married and live the rest of your lives in houses across the street from each other.
This is 2005.
I know!
That's a little forward thinking.
I'm just saying.
That's a little Tim Burton, Helena Bonham Carter.
I'm just saying. I've got half a mind to buy a duplex with Will, and each of us have one half. I'm just saying.
But my point is, it hasn't even been a day.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know where Zach is, instead of letting things be what they are. And, I mean, granted, you could argue that that's also kind of self-preservation, because maybe she's like, rather than letting this situation get out of control. And it's really Julie. I feel like if Julie weren't a factor, I would really think she was sort of micromanaging, over managing the situation. But you just get the sense, like, yes, Susan is the lead of the show, but it's like she's also very much the lead in her own mind.
Right.
And she's like, now's the time.
I do
like,
think that's kind of like the commentary. And that is the thing. It's like Susan is, I think the rest of them are varying degrees. I mean, they're all realistic women, but the rest of them are varying degrees of like realistic women. And she is very like, she is sort of like the tragedy, and also the way that we are conditioned to treat romance. Like, if it's not hurting, then it's not worth it.
She just has a constant barrage of Taylor Swift. What's that one duet everybody loves?
I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore. So what am I defending now? You were my
First of all,
it's just ever present in her mind.
Watch your mouth, because that's my favorite Taylor Swift song. And
what's it called?
Exile.
Yeah. I was like Reverie or something.
No. It is really good. I would think it was something from an earlier album running through Susan's head, because it's a lot more childish. I feel Exile to me feels like a grown-up breakup song, and Susan feels like a fearless breakup song. And that I think
is now at least.
And that is, I think, a pretty apt metaphor.
And I will say the Julie thing, it's like,
again, yes, I totally understand. Like, you want to protect your child, but like you said,
but also she's only ever a parent when it gives her a reason to like
and
flagellate.
like the higher ground and stuff. And the thing for me is like, first of all, and this is kind of a throwaway, but Julie is the parent in this scenario. And the second place, like you said, Zach is still missing, so this all could be moot. He could have gone to find his dad, you know, like he could be gone forever. I don't think he is, but he could be gone forever. And then even in addition to that, he is still super dicey. And I think Mike knows that he has behaved in like a not great fashion. So it's not like he's going to be like, Susan and Julie still move in to my man house. It's not going to work out. And then also Zach's going to be here constantly all the time. Like it speaks poorly of Susan, and it speaks poorly of what Susan thinks of Mike, that he would allow that. Like, that he would allow Julie to be put in a bad position.
Because remember, actually, one of the reasons why you like Mike is how
he's so good for Julie.
Like the time where he walked her around the house versus taking her through his house.
Yeah, exactly. Really good.
Give Mike some
credit.
In spite of the dig that I took at him a minute ago. Like,
yeah. So again, it's just this like really weirdly tearful moment where, and she just like runs away to her house across the street. It's, you could spit on each other.
In which she's going to longingly gaze out the window for the next 3 weeks.
I don't want that.
While Julie cooks herself meals.
Yeah. No one else is cooking.
Do you want to go to Lynette or Bree? Lynette,
because Bree is also wrapped up a little bit with Betty. So let's do Lynette first. Time to go to work. Time to make the donuts.
It's pretty simple. It's what you think. She's going to go to work.
And Tom is going to stay home and everything's going to be A-okay. No problems ever. Don't even worry about it. I'm a stay-at-home dad now, he said smugly. With absolutely no experience or data to back himself up.
They are just like barreling into this without so much as a learning curve, which I think was maybe ill-advised on.
That's the thing. I guess so he quit, so he technically doesn't get severance because he quit the job, but they should have some money saved up in order to have like a couple of weeks where they're both at home doing stuff. Well, guess what? Day fucking 1, he throws his back out after she's got a follow-up interview at which in the first interview...
With the baby. What was the baby doing that you threw your back out? Like, it would be one thing if it was the boys.
He was dangling the one boy by his feet, like upside down. Yeah.
Okay.
Which also, red flag. Don't dangle children. They're fine.
I was like, we got manhandled by our dad all the time.
She goes to the interview. It's Jolie Fisher, which we talked about.
Which is, in all honesty, like, yeah, Tom was borderline worthless, but this is a Jolie Fisher issue.
Yes, of course.
She has it out for Lynette.
Because she's trying to be a working mom. But then obviously that comes in kind of clutch for Lynette because she ends up pitching this company on what they need to be doing to like make a bigger impact while she's changing Penny's diaper because Tom can't get up off the floor, even though Lynette took the children trick-or-treating when she had 104-degree fever. You should be in the ER.
I was like, if you're at 104 for longer than an hour, you should be seeking medical help.
You could suffer brain damage. Like, that's a really high fever. So, but his baby has a baby backache. And so he's just lying on the floor. The other 3 children, we didn't see the twins. Not really. But the other one child was right there.
I feel like I have more to say about Julie Fisher, but I think we'll get time.
I think she's like recurring, right? Yeah. So she does do this whole speech about like, it was really gross actually. The way she was like talking to Lynette,
I knew I could never do both jobs justice. That's why I chose not to have a family.
Oh, well, good for you.
I didn't want to be one of those kind of women, you know, sloughing things off onto coworkers because of a pediatrician appointment. I get really neurotic about putting people out.
And her tits were just like, with like sexy legs.
I think that's kind of what I was going to get at. Is I was like, you would enter into this type of situation thinking that the men would be the problem, like the men would be your hurdle, and it's the other women is interesting and commentary.
I have a very unserious question, by the way, about the second interview. So the guy that she interviewed with, he likes her, and he offered her the job because of how she changed the baby while like answering actual questions about what she'd be doing at the company. But he sat down and was like looking at her resume, and I thought at first he like pulled off her cover letter and like balled it up and threw it in the thing, but then he just picked up another blank piece of 3-hole punched paper off the table and crumpled it up and threw it.
I was like, that was the interview. All she had to do was like placate his.
Yeah, it was really weird. I was like,
we're gonna have to make this quick. I gotta leave in 5 to catch a plane. I got Celtic tickets on the floor. I see you worked with the Donahues. I snaked the Oslo candy account from them last year.
were you just a psycho doing this all the time? Just like making shots with blank paper, wasting already 3-hole punch paper? I don't know. I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
Edie's still having her house fixed. It's hideous. I remember hating it then. I hate it now. It's like 2 different houses.
Yeah. I'll have to get another shot of it. I didn't totally register it, but once it's done, maybe I'll. But that scene where Susan comes up and she's like looking for Mike, and she just keeps like,
Susan, I heard what happened with Zach. How are you doing?
Fine. Is Mike here?
Oh, jeez. You must have been terrified. I mean, you put poor Felicia in the hospital. Did he pistol whip you?
No.
Oh, come on. You can tell me. Did he slap you around?
No.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled that you're okay. It's just that when someone holds someone else hostage, they usually rough them up a little.
It wasn't like that.
Oh.
Stepping, like every time Susan tries to like go around and go find my masterclass.
I was an Edie truther. I always defended Edie.
I like Edie. I mean, she's sort of a lot sometimes, but who needs someone who's a lot to go against them is Susan. So Bree is still dealing with Rex's death. We have his funeral in this episode. She also, it's like the Emily Post etiquette stuff is what I think gets me the most. She like refuses to call anybody until the clock hits 9 a.m. on the dot. She's a psycho.
Lynette, hi, it's Bree. Oh, of course you can borrow that scarf. I'll press it for you. I have some news. Rex died.
I'm sorry. If someone is deceased, you can call your friends any time of day or night.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. But I also think, when dealing with something that monumental, falling back on structure.
Sure, that's the issue with Bree, though, is that it's not just structure. She is trying to maintain absolute control over the situation. And if she doesn't, she's going to lose it.
I would be more critical of her if she didn't acknowledge it outright to the other girls.
Of course.
When they're like,
Sweetie, honey,
You can let it out.
no, I can't afford to fall apart right now.
Why?
You're about to find out.
Rex's mother is on her way.
Because that's the thing, too. That's something
very Margot. I'll be goddamned if I fall to pieces lamenting with my tits out.
Yes. So that's the other thing, too, that's really interesting is that it's not that it's not that she feels she needs to maintain absolute control over the situation or she'll fall apart. It's like, I need to maintain absolute control because Rex's mother is coming. Mm-hmm. It's like, there's a specific, and then obviously she's just like,
Stop here! This is the house! Yes, that is Rex's mother.
I can't believe it. It's like some hideous nightmare. My life is over.
boy.
She's a boy mom.
That's the truth.
Hanging out the side
of the cab.
The taxi cab.
Yeah.
Who is presumably speeding to the house.
It whipped around that corner.
To get this woman out of his cab as quickly as possible.
So,
I kind of wanted to meet the cab driver.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. Like a really
like to just really kind of bring her luggage and be like clunk.
Just like a really harried, like done man. She's there for the funeral, and she has brought a bunch of Rex's stuff, including his hideous prep school tie, whose colors were apparently green and orange.
Prep school. I was gonna say like older, like college age
prep
or prep.
school.
So that's high school.
That's high school.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna defend it because I was like, ours were teal and orange.
No,
that was Garrett. Although they changed it, now it's black and orange.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
Like I want to say like a year or two after we.
I kind of want to reorder my letter jacket. Think I can get a new letter jacket? Because it's teal with white sleeves, and it's like. I mean, I don't wear it, but it's.
I guess like the teal was too difficult to find was one of the reasons why they.
That seems insane. The Miami Dolphins are still teal. There's no way that athletic supply things don't have
that. Yeah.
So she's got all this. She's got a teddy bear, comic books, and the penthouse that was under his bed that he thought she didn't know about, but she did, and she gives it to Andrew, which I think he's just looking at it anthropologically because he does not really into women.
Yeah. Okay. I think Andrew, I mean, I think he's gay, but I don't think, I think you're dealing with an element of bisexuality with
Sure,
Andrew.
okay, fine.
But for me, more so the crazy part is how just like, I keep wanting to say nonplussed, and I don't know what that word means.
I even kept the dirty magazine that he hid under his mattress. He didn't think I knew about it, but I did.
Penthouse.
Looks like Dad was in a big breast.
Oh, yes. That's why I was surprised when he married your mother.
Andrew.
No, he specifically said.
Not only is your mother and sister there, but you're talking to your grandmother. You are a crazy person.
He said apparently Dad liked big boobs, to which the grandmother, who also might be a crazy person, responds, "That's why I was so surprised when he married your mother."
Her maiden name is Ratliff, so.
Oh, I was like, is it?
No,
okay.
I was making a White Lotus joke. That'll play really well in a year and a half when this finally airs.
So they're having a meeting with the Reverend, at which Phyllis makes many not veiled horrible comments to Bree. And so Bree uninvites her.
Well, and at Bree.
And so Bree uninvites her from the funeral, and it's a whole thing. And so it's like not weirdly until later when Andrew and Danielle are like, you have to let Grandma come say goodbye to Dad. And Danielle is sobbing. And I love that Andrew too was like, don't help me. Like, why are you inserting yourself into this?
Danielle's always been a slightly strange character. I don't think like Andrew gets more material than Danielle does, although this season is the most material Danielle gets. She doesn't like just disappear. Maybe she does. I can't remember, but I don't know. I agree with you. I'm like, were there scenes cut? Like, is there stuff missing? Because you're right.
Because like they're like,
Mom, Grandma's leaving.
You heard the things that she said to me.
Look, I'm sure she was a real bitch, but she's family. So that makes her our bitch. Let her say goodbye to Dad.
Mom, if you don't let Grandma come, I will never forgive you.
A lot of emotion out of nowhere.
You know Dad would want her there.
Slowly as possible.
It's true, Rex and I did not have the perfect marriage. But for 18 years, I tried my very best. And for that, I am entitled to your respect.
Of course, I respect you.
Then why did you say those things to me?
I guess I thought it would be easier to be angry at you than to be angry with Rex. I mean, what was he thinking? Leaving me?
I do want you to come to the funeral.
You don't know what that means to me, Bree. Someone should get my luggage.
That's the thing with these piece of work women. It's like, do they not realize they would be stronger together?
Because why would he leave me?
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that about your son. And then at one point during the episode, Bree does go over to Betty to the Applewhites house, and she gives like a welcome basket of like
cookies,
treats and stuff. And then she asks if Betty will play the organ because the organist is sick.
Mrs. Applewhite, hi. I am Bree Van de Kamp, and this is my daughter, Danielle.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, I'm Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been over sooner to introduce myself, but I'm afraid there's been a death in my family.
My dad.
I lost my dad, too. I know what you must be going through right now.
Thank you.
I would be honored to play for you.
That's just a huge weight off my shoulders.
We widows have to stick together. Pretending your father's dead? Don't you find that a little morbid?
I just thought I could help her cover her story, okay? Just, win him over.
Sweetie, I know you meant well, but in the future, you leave the cleverness to me.
So sus. Also a lot of physical touching. And is like, let me be clever in the future. And
I wouldn't read too much into that.
The touching. I wasn't going to. It just was like a very overt like physicality.
I think it was meant to kind of keep us on our toes. But as I don't know, spoilers. I mean, we're 20 years removed from this now. I think he's her son. I think.
No, for sure. I'm not suggesting any kind of sexual relationship. Just like a really imposing physical like reminder that like I'm the one in charge kind of thing.
Alfred.
She's so. She is bodying this performance,
and somebody has to because as I recall, the Applewhites are kind of half baked. Mm-hmm. So I like that she's doing something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was looking at the trivia for this episode, and it says that, while the Applewhites are regarded as the first major black characters in the series, Mark Cherry stated the role of Betty was originally offered to 2 white actresses, both of whom turned it down. And he basically just was like, there's nothing strategically black about them. Mm-hmm. It's just that, like, she wanted it.
I feel like, didn't they... It couldn't have been. I was going to say, didn't he offer it to Oprah? But I guess she still had her show at this point.
2004?
5. Yeah, she still had her show at this point.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So regardless, I thought that was interesting. And she also had never seen any of it before she took the role, but she was sent 15 episodes of the show, which she divided amongst various family members. And after they compared storylines, she recalled that she became instantly hooked. And then she says she reported experiencing heavy media attention after accepting the role. So I think this but she's fantastic. I've always loved her.
Lost is slightly more remembered culturally, I think, because of the big mystery element, and also it's boycotted.
Yeah.
But Desperate Housewives was a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Those 2 shows came in with a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
And because it really, up until this point, NBC had kind of been the head honcho.
This was the first time ABC
and
overtook
it shifted
it.
ABC.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
that is basically it, except for we get a bit at the end with the Applewhites where Betty is playing the piano because she got in the mood after playing the organ at church, and Matthew comes in with a tray of food. It looks great. It was like a really good looking pasta dish,
like a primavera.
Did you remember butter?
I make up this tray every night.
Yeah, someone like locked in the basement or something.
Oh, look.
A fancy dinner.
You added a flower.
Thought it'd be nice.
That flower. It's a small act of kindness you thought no one would notice. And yet you did it anyway. I'll get the tray. You take the gun. It really is a lovely gesture.
I'm surprised they're letting them have a metal fork. So why'd you turn it around that way?
Mm-hmm.
They put the food down on the table the right way, and then she turns it around so that the fork is not facing the person who is presumably tied up. So are you just teasing them with food?
No, I don't think that amounts to anything.
It was a very weird
It was an
direction
odd choice,
then.
a directorial choice. I think at this point, the show really wants us to think that's her husband. Because we had the conversation about how he's not actually dead.
Yeah.
But
let's see. Good. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's great. It's so fun.
Well, dishy.
Yeah, so dishy.
It's not labored.
Yeah.
Except for when you're watching Susan.
Oh, God. I just I think I made it clear in season 1, but it's like I have no beef with Terry Hatcher, and like Susan is
I would argue if it weren't Terry, this would be worse.
Way worse. And the thing is like this is such a very like early 2000s lady character on this type of TV show, but I just like prefer the other. Well, Lynette has always been my favorite, and I like Bree a lot, and then it's
Bree's kind of regarded as the breakout,
the standout.
like she, and especially as the show goes on.
Yeah,
because I think some of Lynette's plots get redundant. Although I mean, all of their plots get redundant. They lose Gabby completely.
Well, that's the thing. Is I just am sort of like Gabby is such like she, and you know, it feels reductive, but she is in a telenovela for sure. And then Susan is just like, I don't even. She's like living in her own fantasy world. So, yeah.
Marcia Cross carries the show. So, but although again, though, I think it is Felicity Huffman who, I think we had this conversation. She either has 2 wins for this or 2 nominations. I think she was the more.
She is great.
Yeah.
I love her. So, yeah. All right. So we will watch the next episode. Bye. That's a great suit she's wearing.
Give me your time.
What?
Give it to her.
That is one of the things with the show is like even when the writing falters, the performances never.
Yeah. I can't just let it be in the there's no reason it shouldn't be in Couldn't have just snaked it behind there, Bree? You had to lift him all the way up? Jesus Christ. That is so much better, though.
You have a lot of, and she was right to say it.